Mario Kart World is so good, you guys! Asterisk, but we'll come back to that later, because, well, that's cool and all. Look at this. Nabbit. He is awesome, but also, my guy doesn't blink. Like, at all. The way it was meant to be. I'm a bit silly when it comes to seeing if characters from video games are blinking, and one of the parts I love the most about Nabbit is that his early appearances imply he's just a toad in a disguise. So, whenever he's in a game, I always check to see how characters are blinking and if he is blinking as well. Spoiler alert, he does blink in most spin-offs, but that's a story for another day. You see, while taking a closer look at how characters blink in Mario Kart World even before the game released, I immediately noticed how absolutely amazing the entire cast looks, especially in the different costumes you unlock by going to the Yoshis. So, I did what YouTube personality does and immediately made a tier list. I am unhinged. Quick disclaimer that I'm no fashion designer, I'm just looking at the character designs and ranking them by vibes for fun. I'm also not counting NPCs whose clothing is too small or attached to the design, such as the shoes on Goombas or Spike's 2 centimeters of shell. Also, I stream on Tuesday, so hop on those if you don't, they're fun. There's 136 of these, so let's get it started. So, there's no worse clothing than clothing that literally does nothing for you. It doesn't give you style points, it doesn't protect you from the weather, it does nothing but turn you into a walking contradiction. Or in this case, a swimming one. Dolphin, Paul, why are you like this? He's wearing a visor on his eyes, even though he is a dolphin who lives underwater. It's not even a cool visor, it's just the equivalent to a protrusion on his face. Worst of all is my guy's gonna go driving himself around sometimes, which looks cool until you consider how easily this could lead to pit stop accidents. If he gets in a crash, they won't know which bits are his or the bike's. Though I also don't know what kind of crash would kill these characters in Mario Kart. Still, concerning to say the least, and a very boring outfit. Usually I am all for Bowser man boobs. But this is not at all what I mean by that. Moves don't work on Bowser variants that portray his most basic shape. You know, the one Nintendo uses to model him. I don't like this outfit. There's conflicting opinions between the childish fire patterns, the heavy iron gauntlets and shell, and the toy-like helmet with a plastic cover. I get kinda peeved at the way the horns are covered by other horns that blend in with Bowser's hair. That's the human version of putting on a glove that looks like your skin tone but has hair instead of nails. Wario's Wicked Wasp outfit falls flat. The attempt to keep his overalls and color palette is painful and looks like an amateur cosplayer who doesn't know how to compromise for the sake of the costume. I'm also disappointed to see the holes in the hat, which are one of the cooler elements. They aren't actually model. The one they did bother to model is the stinger in his butt, which you don't really get to see because he's driving, so like his butt is to the seat. This is the outfit of a man who doesn't want to get real and also wants to try replacing Queen Bee. But open your eyes, man, you will never be here. The thing about headbands is that they are called headbands because you wear them in your forehead or above. The problem with Yoshi's Matsuri outfit is that his forehead is non-existent, so this outfit just has him wearing an awkward looking eyelid band. That also makes the chest item seem like a regular tank top under a happy he was too lazy to put on properly. The Matsuri concept was so cool too, kind of a wasted opportunity overall. I've got no problems with Hammer Bros' usual helmet. It's absolutely necessary if his job is literally to punt people from a distance with as many hammers as possible. So why is this so low? Well, simply put, Mario Odyssey showed what Hammer Bros look like under the hat, and their hairstyle fucking rocks. I wanna see it more. I sure hope this game doesn't neglect putting the cool parts about Odyssey in it. The game speedrunning scene has gone ballistic while I was making this video, which by the way took like 2 weeks longer than expected, and one of the meta builds ended up being Pianta, who I originally dismissed without realizing Piantas do actually wear a skirt. A skirt I'm ranking without the number, and here because I feel like the Piantas privates would be itchy and chapped and uncomfortable underneath. Talking about things I missed. Lucky 2 with a visor. I am drained. I just noticed I missed this outfit, so now every number in the list is wrong and I gotta redo a bunch of work, which is very, very sad unless I completely scrap saying the numbers out loud, which could happen. Shy Guy's Pit Crew outfit is just his regular suit, which I ranked much higher, but with some white vertical lines that make him look fatter and some headphones. It's just kind of a nothing burger to behold. For those of you who wanna play as a guy who wants to experience the world from inside a washing machine, you've got Toad's Pro Racer outfit. This helmet though everything ratio is ridiculous enough to take away from the rest of the outfit. Not that it's saying much because those shoes don't do you any favors, bud. For those of you who wanna play as a girl who wants to experience the world from inside a washing machine, You've got Toadette's Pro Racer outfit, same as with the last one, but at least her shoes aren't as atrocious. Me no like Koopa's sailor outfit, it's lacking interesting details, and the anchor pin on the hat is not even a JoJo reference. I'm not even sure how that hat doesn't fall halfway down his eyes. Bowser's all-terrain outfit kinda suffers from similar problems as the other ones we've seen, but the topic here is a lot more unified and there's no weird helmet. So really, its main issue is that it's just kinda goofy looking. Boo's default outfit is nothing. I mean, I guess it's ground, but Boo is just a white ball of thick, ghostly air. Oh, that sounds weird, but like, Boos have to have the ability to become hard enough to hurt Mario. So yes, I think calling Boo thick air is valid. I guess the right term is dense, but he looks so cute. You wouldn't call Boo a dense guy. But yeah, the outfit inspires nothing special. It's called Road Ruffian, but Wario's helmet looks like you could turn him upside down and use him as a broom. Sweep, sweep, sweep! The spikes on the belt aren't even aligned, and the bicycle chain that buttons the jacket is kinda silly and too big to say the least. So the Pro Racer suits are a pretty mixed bag. I'm not a fan of them, but at least most of them look way better than Baby Luigi's, whose helmet is particularly disproportionate and shaped like a massive oblong. Talk about an 8 head, or like a 327 head. Baby Peach's Explorer outfit is just kinda boring, which is basically how I feel about the next few entries, where they don't really do anything offensive or particularly ugly, but there's also nothing to discuss, nothing to catch your eye. Such is this case. Rosalina's version of the same outfit is at least better because Rosalina's hairbang makes everything look better, but not by a lot. Charging chucks basically have what they need for work and not much else. It's minimalist and effective. Goes the whole 9 yards, except for the chucking part, which they don't seem to do as much. They're called charging chucks, but they don't chuck, they just charge. Talking about helmets, you really shouldn't wear one the color of your head eyes thing, like Koopa Troopa does in his Pro Racer suit. In fact, the whole outfit looks kinda flat. Not bad, but the colors are samey and the undershirt isn't very impressive. I do like the funny gloves shaped like the hands though. I don't know why, but I like the Koopa pointy fingers. But just like a little. Yoshi's ice cream server outfit confuses me. On one hand, I like the various elements, particularly the cone on his shell that repurposes that to look like a fallen over scoop, but then you see elongated aprons and the way his ball's position was manipulated to fit better into his proportions from the front, and it just doesn't work as well as it could. And here we are, the first Mario outfit. I really thought it would take a little longer for him to show up, but nope, his Pro Racer outfit just isn't that interesting. His cheeks intrude on the helmet and the jumpsuit is kind of uninteresting. Unless you're from the Netherlands, then you probably point at the screen like, oh my god, I'm from there, Mario, hi! The Pro Racer outfits on the princess babies look awesome when not plagiarized by the other babies. Indeed, Baby Daisy partakes in plagiarism, and if the repeated crashing and exploding in Mario Kart doesn't, wearing this helmet would certainly make Baby Daisy grow with some sort of spine problem. Same thing with Baby Rosalina, but again, hairbang. One thing I do enjoy about Bowser Jr.'s designs is that they all kept the bandana in some way. It gives him character. However, I'll give you one guess as to why I don't actually love his Pro Racer outfit. Besides the fact that it's not very interesting and that the color palette is kinda flat. Daisy's sailor outfit is just some orange sailor clothes with a big ass hat. Nothing to see here, let's move on. And finally, we've reached Through Neutral, an outfit so devoid of anything particularly interesting that one could call it the bare minimum. Say hello to Koopa's regular outfit. How hard do you think the Koopa shell is to take off? Like, is it easy for Koopas to avoid shitting themselves? Wario Pro Racer is fine. I think it's mostly boring, and the core of the outfit is really just a jumpsuit with Wario's color palette, but I do enjoy that the bill of the helmet is wavy like his mustache. I guess people who wanna play as a stupid baby who can't swim will love this one, but like, of all the options, they chose this. They gave Baby Mario 3 customs, and this is actually the one they decided to complete. Like, how is this appealing? I only put it over default Koopa because the little straw thingy that must have a name I don't know, and I refuse to believe we haven't made a word for it. They made the straw look like a warp pipe, which is pretty endearing. And I'm doing a Baby Mario combo with his Pro Racer outfit. Again, not much to say, but I did rank it above regular Mario's because they made it look like a plastic version of the original that gives off the vibes of a kid who is just really into a character and wants to cosplay as them. It's low-key cute. Talking about Mario, his all-terrain look works well up until you notice the blue gloves, and that just kinda sits wrong with me. A shame because I really like the boots. Can someone send me a custom pair of these? What if you grabbed Captain Toad and just take away the juice from him? Boom. Explorer Toad. Dry. Empty. Like my heart. Baby Rosalina is one of the only Mario character additions that I just can't wrap my head around. She's the only Mario character that cannot canonically exist in this form, and even her design makes no sense. The Origin game's depiction of her shows her with white outfits, and I feel like that would have helped her design stand out a lot and not forcibly have her use Tiffany Blue for anything she's ever gonna get to wear. Also, the short hair that just grew the bang longer? What? But you can interpret her to be royalty by her backstory, and this is a video about what she actually gets to wear, which is the most boring dress imaginable. That's it. See why I go on the rant even though it won't have any effect on the ranking? I don't like Baby Daisy's default outfit either, mostly cause I just cannot unsee the butt cheek hair since I noticed it. I'd also give points for the frills on the dress to follow the petals of a daisy, but Baby Peach's default dress also has them, meaning I am not entirely sure how purposeful the detail is. Oh yeah, and talking about that, 105, which is now 104 because of the Lakitu thing, is default Baby Peach. The three of them just kinda have meh default clothing. Keep those babies coming cause I'm weeding them out! Do not call 911! Baby Mario's default clothes are just Mario's. I mean, points for consistency, but not changing this much is not noble. It's a sign of stubbornness. Even the hat's too big, but actually that gets a pass cause when I think about it, the plot implications of that is actually awesome. Toadette's default clothing is nothing special, just Toads but with much less coverage. I don't like how uniformly pink it is, but it's still iconic and I wouldn't have it any other way. Unless I was like ranking every outfit in a game that gives her more clothes, in which case, I reserve the right to change my mind. Of all the default babies, I definitely feel Baby Luigi's the most. Not because it's particularly good, but because he's wearing it with the right attitude. Actually feels like Luigi is a baby, instead of a baby with his clothes. And riding a bike. Luigi's all-terrain does fix the problem with Mario's gloves being blue because green and blue just combine better, but the real thing that gained my preference is the way Luigi just looks like a little bean in this. Still not out of default hell yet, buddy. We got Daisy's, whose outfit is not that bad, but after seeing her pull off every other outfit she gets to use in this game, I literally never want to see her in this bendy-ass dress ever again. I'm combining these two entries since they are Mario and Luigi with their respective mechanic outfits. It's basically the same unassuming outfit, but with slightly different colors. Luigi doesn't get another costume with backwards caps, which is disappointing. I think he really rocks this style. I hate that the new shiny Mario outfit for this game completely excludes his hat. Like, without the hat, this shit ain't Super Mario. I hate it. But I'm also kinda into the fit, so I can't put this any lower. How about we tell you the name of the Game Boy and call it Keep Riding the Mario Train? Cowboy outfit, not my style. Mainly because I feel like it's a big step down from the one he got in Odyssey. This one does not inspire joy. Loss of the yellow bandana from Party 2, dropping the leather gloves, disappearing the gun holster. I don't really get why they downgraded it except for maybe taking away the spots on the shoes, which makes sense cause he's riding a go-kart. Which I'm realizing now is 2 horses what the pug is to wolves. Welcome Peach to the fray with her aviator costume. It's sparkly, it's pink, it's pressing any of her natural belly far into her ribs, and she looks awesome in it. Particularly with her new design. It just happens to be her least interesting outfit in this game, but it's still everything you'd want out of a Peach design. Wait, zoom in on this one? Le new rat! For Bowser, his Pro Racer suit is mega boring. I like how the visor bends upwards to make him look more badass, and of course the Deltarune logo I've already pointed out, but if you look at what's happening between the legs and the sides of his belly, the whole thing just really gets confusing. I'd still let him sit on me, but this is pretty cold for his standards. Might as well put the other outfit with a weird underside. It's Birdo's vacation outfit. I was gonna put this one lower, but I really like the ribbon. If you're into it, I mean, go in king/queen/non-binary royalty. I had originally put Peach on the yukata way higher, but the more I look at it, the less I'm convinced. She wears it well, but the fire flowers aren't even remotely stylized, just awkwardly sprinkled around, and then the mask was designed in the image of a boo, which I don't really understand. My guess is that they wanted to make her look more formal to reference kabuki or no masks, which you wouldn't wear casually, but there's a lot of Mario enemies that would have made for far more interesting options, like a blooper or a Galumba mask. Instead we got an outfit that looks like a Halloween cosplay. I'm kinda divided on Boo's pirate outfit. The patch is so confusing to me, not to mention a handicap while driving, but I've chosen not to bother with the logistics of traffic safety on cars that can rewind their own momentum. The eye patch would fall off is what I mean. There's no way it's successfully wrapping around Boo's head unless some glue is holding it in place. Or maybe like he suction cupped it to his eye sockets. Does he even have eye sockets? At the same time, I love how the crown was turned into part of a whole treasure trove that sits on his head, kind of incorporated into the theme. That's 10 out of 10. So yeah, very mixed bag of an outfit. The vampire! They full-on called this the vampire! And it's the least dope of Waluigi's options. Notably because the vampire elements are kind of missing. They really should have focused a little more on the vampire things and stylized his vampire hair back instead of a pompadour. I'm not too big on Yoshi, but I respect Yoshi fans, so I put Naked Yoshi here. I mean, I guess he's got shoes, thank god, but yeah, this one's here because of its iconicity. The aero suits have returned to make Miyamoto happy. I actually like that these suits showcase how each of the princesses have their own body types now with the new redesigns, but the actual outfits themselves are nothing to write home about, especially Rosalina, who really seems to wear this just so the trio can have matching outfits. She wears it the worst, but it is a friendship W. Look, I am a fan of almost anything Daisy gets to wear, but her Pro Racer suit is entirely a miss. From the weirdly shaped mittens to the brooch on her collar that kinda cannibalizes on the rest of the design and encroaches on her face. It's an outfit that I think only looks good cause Daisy is in it. Bowser Jr.'s little Cub Scab outfit, which the game calls an Explorer outfit, but I disagree, is just kinda lame. I do like that they kept the bandana by making it a scarf kinda item, but I'll give you a second guess on that one thing that bothered me about the other outfit, which remains the real crime here and is maybe even showcased worse. I will tell you what it is next time the little guy shows up, but I wanna keep at least a few mysteries and twists throughout this video. I have to admit, Yoshi on a swimsuit is really cute. The horizontal lines really accentuate his shape, and driving with this makes your eyes have a focal point directly at his dumpy. I also like the little life ring around his shell. My problem with this is the logistics of putting it on. Like, I don't see how Yoshi can put on a one-piece swimsuit that's shaped like this because there's no way he can reach a zipper that would be at the back. And if this is a two-piece, you're turning the discussion to how dogs would wear pants, which is a can of worms I'm not down to explore. I'm playing Mario Kart for fuck's sake. Well, I guess watching it, but whatever. You ever had too much of a good thing? Because Toad decided to wear a hat on his hat as part of his engineer costume. The little patches of dirtiness sprinkled about saved this from being too silly, but I still can get over the fact that he's wearing two hats. Or at least looks like he's wearing two hats. Toad's hat is truly an enigma. I like Yoshi's Pro Racer suit pose in the main menu because he's standing like Wallace from Wallace and Gromit, and that's kinda funny. The outfit itself is just fine, kind of a weird visor, but Red Yoshi is one of my favorite Yoshis. Wait, did I just do Yoshi racism? Toadette's train conductor outfit suffers from similar problems to Toad's. The two hats, man, they don't work! But yeah, besides that, Toadette is looking perfect with these clothes. Just take off the hat, please! Daisy's aero costume is good, but she's just copying Peach's vibe, so I put it here. Hairstyle's good though. Ta-da! Here's Birdo's default look. Iconic, but nothing special. I am trying to refrain from making jokes about their weird mouth. Next is both Mario and Luigi's happy outfits. Like Japanese happy. All of the brothers' outfits are happy, I guess. These idiots can stop bing bing wahooing all over town. The happy themselves are just alright. Once again, they're both using the same stuff, and it's just okay both times. Yoshi as an aristocrat doesn't fit. Like, the outfit is good, but this is not the kind of stuff I imagine Yoshi wearing, and that makes me unable to take this outfit with the seriousness and awkwardness it does so deserve. The monocle doesn't fit his eye, but the whole thing is still pretty endearing. I wanted to put Shy Guy's Slope Styler style higher, but I can't because I just complained about two hats, which would be a double standard if I wasn't bothered by two masks. My guy is wearing two masks! This is a complete betrayal of everything I've ever believed about you, brother. What's next? You're actually an extrovert? Finally, Peach Aero style. She absolutely kills it with this stuff, the scarf, the tightness, making the pink a secondary color. She just knew what's up when she first used this, and I'm so glad they kept up the tradition for this new title. Driving with Luigi's Oasis outfit must be awesome for his skin, all that dirt and rocks disturbing the delicate balance of his manly chest. But removing that aspect, yeah, outfit's pretty good. The pattern in the vest resembling mushrooms is quite inventive. Wario also gets to look like a sultan in the Oasis. It's rather standard considering the style it's aiming to achieve, but Wario is the perfect guy to receive this treatment. His natural width complements the hat as a centerpiece, but that is all. Peach as a farmer is a similar situation. She nails it, but the ensemble itself isn't breaking any expectations. Daisy on vacation looks fresh and not much else. I do think it's unique to have her using a beret, and even if the outfit doesn't immediately stand out, I can see people growing more attached to it as time goes by. Obligatory nice! These two builder suits are similar, the baby brothers on little toy hard hats, and for the first time in the video, an outfit which I felt was elevated by the trick animations. Them taking out little toy hammers and whatnot is a precious detail. Toad or Toad? Will you Toad before it's too Toad? Or Toad? This is one way to say Toad's default couldn't get any higher, but seriously, it's kind of a great outfit. Super simple pants at best, but the color choices and size works expertly for a guy of his build. Rosalina as a sailor managed to beat out all the other baby sailors because the shade of blue is just nicer to me. Nothing else. Surprisingly, the best of the Japanese themed outfits ended up being Lakitu's. He's looking like an old-timey Japanese fisherman, and the casual wear and iconic hat makes a pretty good combination. Using the little pokey-like thing as bait is a nice Marioification of a real-life tool. My favorite part though is how they turned Lakitu's usual hair thingies into unwoven straw at the top of the hat. That's sick. I think we're getting to the outfits I got very few negatives about. HorrorLuigi.exe! Ah!
Put the real one this time.
At face value, Toadette's soft server outfit didn't seem to work, particularly her glasses that cover up a lot of her actual features. But then I saw it in action and it kinda won me over. Toadette looks pretty cute like this whenever she doesn't have her default expression. She takes on a bit of a dorky look, and I can't get angry at this face. Look at her. Look at her. Boo is a ball, and there's few things you can put on a ball that can win you over. At least one of those things is a helmet, which may or may not seem like anything special, but I think it's pretty cute. I'm just kinda sad that this doesn't have any inspiration from the Boo in Mario Galaxy that used a very similar outfit. This would have been such an ideal moment to grab that and just reboot that design and make it even cooler. Alas, we don't get that. Oh yay! Pauline's regular outfit! Of the two she got, Pauline got two outfits in Mario Kart World. $80 game. She just doesn't even get her CD Mayor outfit that makes her look best. And then this one, it's fine. Would be funner if she was tall again, but yeah, I'm really not a fan of how they designed her in this game. At least it's a non-quitter female character that doesn't have that princess vibe, so its inclusion is appreciated, plus DLC's incoming obviously. The thing about Rosalina is that seeing her in a standard outfit doesn't have the same impact as clothing that touches more into that cosmic energy. So her touring set looks awesome but doesn't convey too much of her personality. I do like that you can clearly see the layers of the outfit thanks to the open jacket. That's the main thing that works well here. Big bold statements either make or break certain attire. Peach's Pro Racer outfit is one of such cases. Her crown being designed around the hat is what made me decide to put this here. It's not just aerodynamic, but it also pulls off something difficult with the crown idea. Lovely, but not too much. Baby Daisy's storing outfit. Awesome color palette, keeping the orange and introducing strong yellows. It comes together very well. It looks casual, but the puffed off shoulders and thick gloves still carry an energy of royalty. Baby Peach's storing one is cool too for very similar reasons, but I give this one a slight leg up because of the cool ass mega ribbon that kinda levels out the mess of a hair. The final sailor outfit in this list is once again Baby Peach's, which I like for no reason other than the fact that the pinky is kinda complemented in this scenario and no other, and I have no idea why. I think it was Jack Black who said, "Peaches, peaches, peaches," and then probably downed an entire can of peaches or something. Anyways, number 56 is those peaches in their purest edition. It's not really a good outfit to go driving in, but it's the classic one that we've seen Peach wearing the most. You gotta admit it's regal and fancy. It takes up space, which provides the presence expected of the only princess with subjects in the entirety of the Mario universe apparently. One final Peach for the batch, we have Baby Peach as Pro Racer. As I said way earlier, these look awesome when not plagiarized by the other babies, and I imagine Peach is the first one to decide that she's gonna wear a crown that's basically bigger than her face to command the right amount of authority. It makes sense why the others ripped it off. Though Daisy's Explorer clothes are the same as the other babies, there's one element to this one that brings it this much higher than the others, and it's the tiny ponytails. There's something about them that's just kinda perfect between their appearance and the fact that I've totally seen real babies with the exact same hairstyle. It makes the outfit really feel tied together. Luigi manages to rock the chroma in his touring wear perfectly, and I'm partial to the goggles. All in all, it's awesome. Bold of this game to pretend Peach doesn't have a vacation outfit for every single place she wants to visit. Though this outfit is still banger, taking the royalty away from her, if only for a little while, let them explore, successfully, a different visual frontier for the character. I think my favorite part about Mario as an aviator is the absolutely awesome texture work on his clothes. It feels like it came straight from some other mysterious Mario game that did a bunch of Mario things super well, including his own outfits. No, but seriously, props to whoever did the textures here. To this day, I still have a hard time getting over how much Wario's default overalls work. The pointy shoes are one thing, but little details like the undershirt sagging around the edge of the actual overall go a long way. Maybe there's some bias from this being the classic, but even then, you cannot tell me yellow and purple isn't one of those combinations that immediately communicates Wario's intentions in life. Gonna make Tomboy fans sad next, but yeah, Daisy Swimwear landed at this spot. These colors are a good choice because this ratio wouldn't really work outside of the context of a swimsuit where the focus is half on the wearer's body. I guess I like Daisy's body, but in all honesty, I'm not really looking to Mario when it comes to hot fictional girls. There's not even a punk or emo one. My favorite part about Mario Kart World is that it implies Yoshi is a graphic design student. Orange and blue is such an awesome combo, so I hope this guy can get a good job in his field soon. While white and orange is also good, Yoshi's touring jacket is a little too cluttered to click into all of its potential. Maybe if the jacket felt lower down and spread the action away from the face it would be better, but at least from the back this looks pretty good. Somehow a monkey with a tie made it this high. Some guys use one outfit because they know it looks good on them, but I don't think Dicky is smart enough to do that logic, so I think this is just a happy coincidence. Of course, Dicky only gets 2 outfits as well for now, because they are totally updating the game to have more Dicky outfits a bit after Bonanza comes out. I'm kind of scared of how fast this video can get dated, but I'm also unsure of how many people will be watching it by then. I wish I could play Bonanza, it looks so good. Yes, I also put a snowman with a scarf and a bucket on his icy head higher than some of Daisy's designer outfits. Stop lying to yourself. You know you would too try this if you were a sentient snowman. I may really want to eat your carrot nose, but just a little. Oh my god, look at Koopa with his little construction stick and best so you don't run him over in the dark. Ah, he's so awesome! Wario as a pirate is kind of a match made in heaven. The way they adapted his shoes but still kept the core of that, as well as copying the ripped sleeves of his former jacket no best to respect his WarioWare defaults is inventive, fitting, and wicked. Yes, I'm excited for part 2 of Wicked. While I do prefer Rosalina's dress in its Smash Bros. Iteration, with the star etching at the bottom, the fact remains her standard one is just expertly designed in all of its simplicity. The way it just flows down and swirls really screams space like that one guy from Portal. One big beef I have with Rosalina though is that they absolutely nerfed her voice in this new game. She sounds so boring now, and this is coming from a guy who is really enjoying listening to all of the new cast's performance. Listen to this, it's not even giving Rosalina. This rant about the voice has no bearing on the results of the ranking and is for my own amusement only. Koopa's all-terrain outfit from the front is a bit meh, but from the back it really starts to shine. It has this mashing cage around the shell that looks badass at worst and raw on the standard. The fingerless gloves are also a nice detail. Again, I really like Koopa hands. Peach gets the primary sightseeing set, the best part of which is the implication that Peach wears something different to sightsee and to go on vacation. She knows this distinction. The outfit itself has some good stuff to it too. It's got some sort of casual 60s inspiration, which feels particularly cool to see on a Mario game. We're running out of Pro Races suits and I have not made the joke. I was tempted with Wario, but I think we're gonna make it through. Anyways, Pro Racer Rosalina is everything that was cool with Peach's, the big crown integrated into the hat, but Rosalina's combines the good parts of her aero outfit with bits unique to this version of the set, particularly the stylish jacket tied on her waist that transitions to the big puffy pants that accentuate the fact she doesn't even walk. She looks in another level. I just talked about realistic little details being goated, so it's no surprise that Pauline's only alt is also my favorite of the aero suits. This one combines the gold motif into the tight suit, which contrasts with the boring white one seen on the others. Not just that, but the exaggeration on the gloves and boots make this outfit look like something you'd actually see on TV to promote some sort of race or whatever. As you've heard and seen here, coded color combinations are something I point out often. I'm a bit of a fan of combining color as a concept, so of course my favorite Lakitu would be the one that uses limited palettes. From the gloves to the matching shell and visor to the hat letting the hair breathe, this is a really well achieved outfit. Farmer Luigi is a scary concept because he's literally able to grow gems out of the ground. The Mushroom Kingdom's economy would fucking collapse if this was his occupation. The man even looks like an exceptional farmer when he's dressed for it. Mario Kart World servers would realistically implode the second he tells the 4 million cow mains to let him win by doing absolutely nothing. Toadette as an explorer looks adorable. It is just her outfit from Captain Toad, but it's just kinda perfect. It throws aside the pink and focuses on browns and reds that complement her natural pinkness much better while still remaining organic. But two hats! They had already solved this problem in the past, they just decided they wanna be stupid about this now and it pisses me off. Fuck you, Nintendo! It is time for a mild confession. When I saw Wario in his construction wear, I was immediately disregarding it as a low-ranking outfit. But the more I looked at it, the more perfect it seemed, and it kept getting higher and higher because of the concept alone, since the execution itself is nothing to write home about. I just like Wario in this fit. A similar thing happened with Mario's Dune Rider. It's kind of like a combo of other clothes he's already used, but what ended up winning me over is that the goggles push his hair up into this really nice and dynamic shape. It gives him an entirely different vibe for driving and I am all for it. Meanwhile, we do get Nintendo acknowledging Sunshine in his sightseeing clothes, and that's all I need to place it this high. Just not high enough. Fun fact, I really do like that Piranha Plant has sounds inspired by Mario Sunshine 2. Wario couldn't pull off Mad Max, but Waluigi has been hot for the past few titles and he can mega pull off the Mad Max. He'll pull it off so hard, Max himself is gonna retire and turn back into Mel Gibson. The way he naturally stands makes him look like an even bigger scumbag with this outfit on, and that's genuinely incredible. I love the simplicity of Birdo's pro racing garbs. Boots, vest, chesting, choker, gloves, and a checkered pattern on the bow just for fun. I so hope we get to see more Birdo outfits in future updates, cause shit low-key flies. I wanna thank whoever turned the glossy on the shades in Waluigi's biker getup all the way up, because it's actually everything. Along with the cap, I can almost picture him getting off his bike and either being the nicest person you've encountered in weeks, or spitting the most unbelievable racist speech. This is the second time racism has come up in this video about Mario, and I'm starting to get worried. But if there's an outfit that Waluigi rocks harder, it's just whatever he normally uses. The almost black overalls that accentuate, they elevate his body shape, or the upward stretching hat that makes him look ever so slightly taller, is just the ultimate expression of who Waluigi represents. Hatred, sleaziness, and eggplants, probably. I cannot get over how much Luigi's Pro Racer suit bangs. At first I was thinking it was going to be mid, but he actually looks like he'd do some of the most incredible stunts on a bike like this. I can see him flipping over and over like a pancake before nailing a jump over like 30 trucks cause he's just sick with it. The 4 little bolts on the overall helmet just make him look so sturdy. My only gripe with this is that the back says number 2 because I know it's meant to match Mario's, but that's bullshit. He's a Luigi #1! Rocky Wrench may not have a lot of clothes, but he does wear a manhole cover. This is hard-boiled, this is a showcase of his power. Mario must break his feet 8 times over whenever he steps on one of these guys. And the best part is that only he could use this. No one else in Mario could balance and trick a 150-pound plate of pure steel that's not even strapped to their head. He also just so happens to have a snout, which is rare in Mario World, so I appreciate that. On the matter of simple but perfect stuff, do I need to explain why regular Shy Guy is at 25th? I imagine everybody already knows why, but TLDR, he's front-shaped. What if Bowser, but biker? Result equals good. The way the pants have a massive rip for Bowser's tail is really funny. Like, the pants didn't come with it, so he just put it there himself. The whole pants section is generally mesmerizing, not gonna lie, but that's not where it ends. I think every element on this outfit is clever and radical. The leather straps on the shell are fire, same as his hair whenever he comes in sharply, and then the jacket incorporating his typical spiky attire into the design just knocks me out. I searched for this outfit to look at it for the script, and the first Google result was fat fetish art. I love the internet. Alright, here's probably the second most outrageous placing in the list. Number 5 would be the most. But Contour. It's just some classes, he's using nothing else, but this is like seeing a level 1 no-hit run of a game. It's flawless, and would be near the top if it also wasn't effortless, which, although the term is often used positively when discussing clothing, I am using it negatively here. You could have done so much more, and this is how you know I'm serious about the topic. Someone please send me an animation of Kongdor going helicopter mode with his neck, please? Thanks. My deepest, darkest Mario related secret is that I don't like the Yoshi. He's just not my thing, and the fact that his ass is out all the time makes me kind of uncomfortable. My second deepest, darkest Mario related secret is that all of that goes out the window when it comes to Bashi. I love Bashi. I'd give him all of my cookies, primarily because I don't eat cookies since they have so many calories, but also because I'd wanna be his BFF if I was a Yoshi, maybe without the second F. Look at this biker outfit. It's like a shitty version of Bashi. I really fucked with the ripped shoes, but losing them is not enough to get me not to put this as my favorite Yoshi outfit. Sorry, not sorry. We've seen a bunch of weird and new outfits so far in this video. Cute ones, awesome ones, but as you may have already noticed, the default outfits for a few of the main cast haven't appeared yet. Let's change that. 21 is Luigi's normal outfit, because Luigi has enough versatility to not need to use his most iconic wear all the time. He is so precious. The next one is Mario's default, a design so iconic I cannot put it any lower, especially knowing how many things about it we take for granted, such as how easy it is to recognize the angle you're looking at him from at a glance. Blue and red is otherwise an obnoxious combination that's not used in character design often because it's not easy to manage. It's the reason why there's maybe like 5 famous characters that use it. And also Marinette Tupencheng. Fuck Marinette Tupencheng. Point is, I appreciate Mario's typical look largely because of its impact. Which is unfair, but I honestly would not have it any other way. The only Luigi outfit that beat the original is the gondolier one. It's not an impressive outfit, but once you connect the dots, it makes sense why your brain assumes it works so well. Gondoliers are known as a very iconic profession in Venezia, an Italian city famous for its gondola rides. And lo and behold, who do we know here that's Italian? Probably Luigi. Mario canon is so inconsistent. Bowser is hot. He doesn't need anything else to be hot. I guess perks of being a lava and spiciness kinda turtle man. I know it's just a few cuffs and his shell, but Bowser is just designed to be so big and it makes sense for his clothing to actually be pretty subdued, giving space for everything else. More so with this new redesign that has his tail flow from his crotch. I think the reason why his wedding and striker suits worked well was because the separation between belly and tail existed, giving off the illusion of his clothing a lot better. I am all for the smaller head on him now, but the tail bit just kinda makes all costumes less appealing in all current scenarios, and thus, I put his default outfit at the top, even if it's just 5 things which I like a lot. And then we got Bowser Jr. Have you figured out what my bias against his other outfits is? Yeah, my favorite part about Bowser Jr. has got to be the heavy cuffs. It's the right character inspiration, as you can see. It's just cute to think Bowser wanted to dress his own son with this style, but without the dangerous spikes and stuff. But it also makes Jr.'s own design look a lot less aggressive, while still keeping the motif. So taking the heavy cuffs away removes a lot of personality and appeal to me. Besides that, the bandana also has like the coolest character logo in all of Mario, but that's not saying much since most of them are just like a flower or a letter. At least Bowser Jr. gets like a full set of teeth. Next is Wario's biker outfit, which as I mentioned already, has many good elements in doing its own thing while calling back to WarioWare. Nintendo really doesn't want to fuse the franchises, so this is a very good compromise. Though I would have kept the pink jeans, those work better. This one also gives him a ponytail, which is unusual but I really dig it, especially in action. I guess I do have a tiny gripe, which is that I cannot really read what the hat says unless I go into photo mode, which is easier said than done for reasons I'll explain in a moment. By the way, the hat has a Moo Moo Meadows hat, which is really nice. So I kinda started this video ranting about Nabbit's nature, the way it's kind of implied he's just a total ninja in full fursuit, but spin-offs made him a real rabbit creature that blinks. So I'm not entirely sure what's Nabbit and what's outfit. I just know this guy is the best Mario character, like no contest. He's incredible even when you turn him into Lego. Regardless of how much of the guy is the clothing, he should be higher. I'm just not putting him any higher because I respect you, audience member. I've decided that the Peach Pest outfit is the touring one, which instead of using a belt to highlight her waist like all the others, is using the difference between the width of her bomber jacket and her shorts. That's a really good implementation of her design guidelines, but not the only instance of it in the set even. The gem she's got on her chest was turned into the earrings, and her Mario Kart ponytail is adorned by a big ribbon that helps her typically flat hair look more voluminous. Expertly done, character designer. TK's only ult is actually pretty awesome. It's an all-terrain suit, which haven't been that impressive in the past, but what I like about it is that the materials reminisce those 90s style plastic armors for kids, and even the color palette goes back to that style. Even if it's not a direct reference, it still looks exceedingly retro. Gotta give it up for keeping the tie shape as part of the chest plate. I wanted to put Koopa's runner outfit higher, cause this looks like a guy I wanna be mega friends with, even if I'm not a sporty type. It looks occasionally appropriate, with just the right proportions to highlight Koopa's natural shape, but the real sales point for me was how all of the clothing items seem like stuff he found around, like the custom-made shenanigans everyone else is wearing. It doesn't look like a costume or a deliberately picked ensemble, it's just something he found on his closet. Yeah, I like biker outfits and I like Bowser Jr., so put them together and you get this. Not a surprise I ranked this highly. I'm even jealous that I could never wear this because I'd look like crap on it. We are about to enter the top 10, so I've got a honorable mention. What is her stance on coin cover? He was created after a coin purse, which is a wearable item and therefore clothing, so what happens when the guy you're ranking in the clothing's ranking is literally the clothing? What is your stance on this? Because I hear some people don't even consider coin purses clothing, they are closer to tools, and if the whole guy is a tool, then he's not really wearing anything and doesn't count. I hate how conflicted I am about this, so for now let's keep it here honorably for the audience to pick and choose. Cow. So here's my theory. Cow is transgender. Their outfit is simple, a bell collar and a nose ring, but take a closer look. Really inspect Cow. Cow does not align with the breeds of cows known for having horns, which means this cow is purposefully trying to remain androgynous! Oh yeah, the nose ring's also kinda giving it away. What a trans icon. Daisy in an outfit that looks and feels like something more appropriate to Sarasaland? Don't say more, I'm sold! But if you aren't, she does look fantastic on this. I do kinda wish they had taken more inspiration from royalty outfits from Arabian and Persian cultures, and I hope they do so in the future. But honestly, I think she should permanently adapt to more intricate attire as her default if she's ever important in future titles. I'd probably tweak her hairstyle to be rounder as it's currently kinda flat in account of her typical crown, but please, give us Sarasalandian Daisy. Another cool detail is that they actually copied the dress pattern from way back in the tennis renders for her harem pants. At least I think that's the name of this pant style? And on the matter of cultural outfits, the last thing I expected was for this title to indirectly and probably by mistake canonize Waluigi's Sacco stand. Regardless, I am all in for the mariachi suit. Red and purple is already an incredible combination, but applying that to mariachi clothes and then sprinkling in little details like the Waluigi emblem etched on the shoulders is spectacular. I also heavily jive with the Dia de los Muertos mask. Just kind of a shame that there's no Mexican-inspired Dia de los Muertos skeleton Mario creature to go along with this. I think that's a really cool idea that they should totally use for an NPC sometime. Burger Butt is Toad, but with a burger for a head. Instant funniest, instant win. This is what those $20 extra are going to. The privilege to play in a product with Burger Bot in it. Fuck, I'm so angry that there's no people with big bulbous heads in real life that could walk around in this. The best Pro Racer suit definitely has to be Waluigi's, especially because it's designed after some sort of fancy overcoat that transforms the typical uninteresting theme into a really weird style fusion that is honestly absolutely incredible. It goes to show how little things can turn a mediocre concept into one of the best creations of its kind, which is relevant for the next entry, I think. Number 5 is the absolute clown outfit you're wearing right now, dear audience member. I've dropped enough hints, it's time for the big reveal. No, I don't actually own a copy of Mario Kart World. I don't even own a Switch 2. This is not a video about how bad $80 games are, because to begin with, we're already way past that point. My video isn't gonna do anything about that, the market has spoken. I don't like that, but I'm still planning to get my Switch 2 eventually. I really want to cover Tomodachi Dreams whenever it comes out because, as a bona fide fan of the games, I just really have the urge to make the best content I can about it. This comes from a place of passion towards Tomodachi, a passion that also drives me away from trying to milk the topic because the worst thing I could do to myself is turn the franchise into my money-making cow first and something I genuinely think is special second. And while I was making my one video analyzing the 1-minute trailer, I couldn't help but notice the many other channels that covered it multiple times without adding much of their own personality or exiting the space of being informative, that which I see to be the bare minimum. I fear that very same thing is likely to happen with Mario Kart for many other channels, to the extent that people who don't even own the game, like yours truly, will talk about the game as if they didn't beg someone to please get them footage of Nabbit blinking or being unable to. Most channels probably won't take it that far, but many definitely got the Switch too because they know it could make them money. No problem with that, business is business, but I'm unsure how much it is actually a result of passion. Almost all the footage you've seen is taken from people online who jumped on the bandwagon to immediately make content about the game for the sake of views, videos that exist for the sake of coverage rather than from genuine passion. And this is like an aside from this video, to really show how easy it is for creators to fake passion, and why you should truly cherish the occasional video where that passion is genuine and comes through. This video is not one of those examples. It's important to consider how real what we watch is, because I'm sure some of you noticed how I cropped out the watermarks or sometimes did editing trickery to get footage all lined up, but I'm sure a bunch of you didn't wonder for a second if I even had the game. I mean, yeah, I kinda did want to try making a video without the thing I'm talking about at all, and I think I took it pretty far. I think the greatest giveaway that this is all fake is that in most entries I just talked about the stuff you can see from the little character icon. There's a few exceptions, but yeah. Now I'm curious to know, did anyone who had the game actually raise eyebrows, or did I fool you good enough? But I think doing it this way also adds a tiny bit to the video. I feel like discussing this briefly adds value that we wouldn't otherwise have if I just described what I like about each outfit and called it a day. Even though I am here because of the topical game, I hope this at least gives you something to think about that other creators wouldn't bother to include. Oh yeah, I guess I should say the reason I didn't get it myself is because the one importer of technological product to Mexico is selling it at a 70 to 80% markup. Your $450 are dead as $800 here, no matter where I get it. I am insulted and broke. Hopefully this video does well enough and I can get it sooner. Alright, you can take off the clown makeup, unless you've been really into Balatro and discovering this weird new side of yourself that's a little bit clownish. I don't know, might be going through that. Just assume everything about this spot is actually one number down, so Bowser Jr.'s biker outfit actually does make it to top 10. Rosalina's Aurora dress. At this time of year, in this part of the country, we're held entirely within the kitchen at the Comet Observatory. Yes. May I see? Yes. This one keeps the flow of the classical Rosalina outfit, but provides nicer colors and is attached to a theme specific to her. I gotta admit though, I really prefer the way it looked in Tour, with the hair's rhinestones being smaller and more appropriate, along with a wider range of pretty mesmerizing colors to look at and get stupidized by. Down to the final three, the best of the best, the worst of which is baby Rosalina's touring outfit. Rosalina just kinda floats, and the way they often show this is by having her hovering during tricks and stuff. The thing is that floating in the wind can involve a lot of movement. Movement you can't really have an adult Rosalina do because her body is not designed around that. It's very good then that the babies are little balls who can twirl around to their heart's content. And the result is someone choosing to make baby Rosalina have the longest sleeves imaginable. Even if the outfit doesn't go much further than that, the implementation of an element that follows through the character's movement in such a bold and notable manner is everything it needs. You can actually see the space flowiness whenever you see baby Rosalina move here. And I'm not sure if it even was intentional, but it also looks just like the spin jump from Galaxy. So it's overall a very powerful combo from a single element on an otherwise uninteresting outfit. Boos are ghosts who are old. British aristocrats with their monocle and crap are also old, therefore it's not cultural appropriation if Boo dresses like an aristocrat and holds his head up high just like they. Is it insensitive to say he's killing it here? Because, excuse my French, il est trop fort. I really want to apologize to all my French-speaking audience members who had to endure listening to me butcher your entire language. I like how high the coat goes because like, where are his shoulders? But the best part is that they really made it work. I love the little mustache too. It works for cute and serious expressions. It's such a good outfit. I love this. And finally, the best one, which kind of inspired this entire video because I was actually amazed at how good it looked. Daisy's touring outfit is character design perfection. Even if it's very similar to Peach's, she's doing everything better. The hairstyle on Daisy makes her look exactly like the type of character she is. Not to mention the shoulder pads, which were kinda random on Peach, are exactly up Daisy's alley. Plus the additional bandage that implies Daisy actually sports. The ribbon really balances out her flathead situation, the puffy gloves help her proportions seem more attractive, and I could go on and on about how each element keeps improving the already incredible set. Even the little character select icon leaves most others in the dust. Like, what is she winking about? Did she say something I didn't catch? And that will be all. I gotta hurry to finish this video before Odyssey Central or some other channel with their 20 editor team beat me to the punch. If this video does well, I will be back to review the inevitable DLC outfits. Hopefully with the actual game by then. Did you know I have 4 customs myself? Anyway, my planet needs me! Boop, 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 boop.